Indiana's leading scorer, Juwan Morgan, has been in double figures in 6 of the Hoosiers' last 7 games, shooting a robust 62% during that stretch. Juwan, kind enough to spend some time with us today, joining us from our campus studio in Bloomington. Juwan, the numbers that you are putting up recently, how much of that is based on shot selection? How much on extra work you put into your jumper in the offseason?
I would say a lot of it goes into just the off-season work, but also just having a different confidence. Just because of the work put in, I'm confident I can step up and knock down the shots, and just having a relentless attitude as far as going to the glass and getting extra shots.
You lead in points, you lead in rebounds. You're also second in steals, second in block shots. How do you define your role on this team?
I would just say I'm the guy that does all the dirty work, likes to be in the background, not really trying to step up and just break somebody down off the dribble and make a bunch of shots, but just trying to get behind defenses and then just find open gaps in the scheme of things.
How much easier is the game coming to you now in your 3rd year playing college basketball in comparison to your 1st year in Bloomington?
It's a lot easier now. Just everything is I wouldn't say it's moving slow-mo, but I'm just seeing a lot of things more clear that I didn't see my freshman and sophomore years. And I guess just being another leader on the team, as we get into offenses and things, just seeing the whole play, being able to help guys get to where they need to be, it's a lot easier now.
How much of a concerted effort have you made to be a leader this year, especially considering the transition you made from Coach Crean to Coach Miller?
I've took another step, I feel, as far as being a leader. Before I was just kind of thrown upon me. I was just like, all right, if they need me to be, I will be. But this year I was like, look, I'm going to be a leader, and this is how it's going to be done, and this is how we have to carry things out.
How difficult is that to do when you get inside the locker room, if you're not a guy who's really done it before, to tell everybody, listen, I'm willing to take charge, and I'd love you to listen to what I have to say?
It was definitely different because, like I said before, it kind of just was not, I wouldn't say thrown upon me, but I kind of just got molded into that role, and just everybody would always come to me asking me different questions. But now it's just like, look, if I see something wrong, I'm here to help you. I'm not trying to hurt your game or anything. I'm just here for the help. And as people respect that, especially with the extra work put in, they see that it's not just all talk.
Listen, it's never easy to make a transition from one coach to another. They have different styles of motivation. They have different strategies, different beliefs on how to win basketball games. What's been the biggest adjustment from a player's perspective to what Coach Miller provides?
He definitely expected more out of me from a production standpoint. Not to say that Coach Crean didn't, but with having great players like James and OG and Thomas, that wasn't asked of me. So I was just more of a get all the extra possessions and things like that. But Coach Miller's expecting a lot more offensively from me, and I've had to take that on my shoulders and just run with it.
His reputation, meanwhile, on the defensive end is to be a pretty tough coach to play for in terms of his expectations, what he expects from you guys defensively. How accurate is that?
Yeah. That's very accurate. Everything has to be perfect, and it's crazy because sometimes you'll think you're right there, and then when you watch on the film, you're like, dang, that's not what Coach Miller wants at all. And then as we keep watching the film, it just keeps getting progressively better, but it's still not 100%, so there's still work to be done.
Well, I can tell you that I covered him when he was a player back at NC State in the early 2000s, and he relied on defense back then as well, so that doesn't come as a surprise to me. Juwan, before we let you go, let's look ahead to the Crossroads Classic. I know you didn't get to play against Notre Dame in the game that Indiana won your freshman year in Indianapolis. Right. How much are you looking forward to this one?
I'm looking forward to it a lot. Like you said, it's my first time playing against Notre Dame. It's going to be a great experience. I remember being there last year playing against Butler, and it was just, the atmosphere was crazy. The fans were great, and we're just looking to go in there and make a competitive game.
That game will be a 2:30 Eastern time start on Fox. Juwan, what will be the keys to you guys leaving Indy with a win over ND?
Definitely just taking their best players out of their groove. Just in transition, we know that Bonzi and Matt Farrell, that's no easy task for anybody, and just taking away all their strengths. We have to try and get to our strengths as well, And for me personally, it's just be relentless on the glass and get as many offensive boards and defensive boards as I can.
Take it full circle then. You brought up the name Bonzi, referring to Bonzi Colson. I'm assuming you'll be on him a lot of the game. We talked about what Archie expects from you defensively. How tough will that defensive matchup be?
It's going to be tough. I remember watching him my freshman year and just how he was picking the defense apart, and it was just amazing to watch, honestly. And I remember playing him in our high school AAU days, and I remember the joke around the EYBL was that he was like the small man's Melo because his mid-range game was so crazy. And then I think I'll have my hands full, I'll say that.
But we know you'll put in your best effort as you have all year long. Juwan Morgan, truly appreciate you spending some time with us here on BTN Live. Wish you the best of luck this week at the Crossroads Classic against Notre Dame.
Thank you.